One. We live at iShook Daily.
Here we
Everybody, welcome. Why is Burgos? Why is his name Rabbi Benny?
Oh, we have two Rabbi Bennies today.
Oh my God, Burgos didn't go to yeshiva, and he didn't, what's it called? And he didn't even go. He's not even Jewish. I'm just kidding. Are you Jewish?
No. Well, maybe. You know what? I got to do more family tree. It might get there. You never know.
That might, possibly. Anyway, here we are today, live, friends and family. We're here. All the shookies, all the dailies, all the news that's happening in the world. We're here at iShook Daily by Rabbi Benny and our great producer, Burgos.
Yes, sir.
If you notice his hair and my beard, if we match them together, we'll have a cooler guy happening,
Correct. I agree.
But I've been advised not to grow my hair that long. Just keep it in the beard. Anyway, there's a lot of news happening in the world. Unfortunately, there's wars, there's things happening, and there's also current events. So my introduction to this week, people have to be mindfully intellectual. What does that mean, mindfully intellectual? I think today's society and our current climate of situations, we are not being truthful to ourselves by being lazy mindfully. Meaning we're not utilizing the intellectual power that we have in order to determine and conclude certain situations within the climate of politics, of life, and many other things. So what I suggest that people should be doing as an opinion and a religious leader in my own community, in my local community, is that we should be more mindful, focus more on what is happening around you. Start analyzing, learn to be analytical. Don't be critical, because I always say being critical means being judgmental. Analyzing a situation means you don't take sides here nor there. That means when you're critical, you only focus to one aspect of a situation, one perspective. But when you analyze a situation, what are you doing? You're able to see many perspectives to the situation. So don't be critical, be analytical. See how many sides you can actually get to. So that's what I really suggest that we do in today's society. We need to learn to be more analytical. That means it's not about, oh, I'm a Democrat, oh, I'm a Republican, oh, I'm independent, oh, I'm Jewish, oh, I'm not Jewish, oh, I'm Spanish, oh, I'm gay, blah, 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 all this stuff. That's not relevant. What's relevant in today's society is that we as Americans get a grip on ourselves. Things are going to the toilet. That means we are in a position where we're swirling down left or right, clockwise or counterclockwise, into a deep, deep, deep level of chaos. We need to bring back order to society. People are stealing for no reason. People are killing for no reason. And the reason why is very simple. We are in a lifestyle today where we're allowing certain peoples into our country that do not belong in our country. I saw many TikToks and many social media posts by individuals that have literally spent years and tens of thousands of dollars to get into this country legally. And we have millions and millions, tens of millions of people who have entered this country illegally, establishing an infrastructure in our community, severe infrastructure. They're basically pushing our ability to finance them into the corner. And we have our own Americans, our own brothers and sisters in America who are not able to feed or finance themselves and struggling. But yet we're giving these immigrants, again, we have to be humane, but you can't be humane. It's like, give you an example. A man just became a multi-billionaire, okay, or a millionaire. He's got enough money. What does he do? He gives charity to a person he never met in his life before. while his own sister or brother or mother or father are living in the poorhouse or in the streets. So what does he do or she do? Instead of taking that wealth and distributing it to their own family, what are they doing? They're distributing it to outsiders. What kind of person do you think that person will be? What would you judge? Now we can be critical about that person, not analytical. Now this kind of person got to be critical. What do you think you should be doing in that case? What should you be doing? You should be criticizing him all the way. You should be saying, this guy, this girl, how dare they not finance their own family members before, any other person they don't know? That's a disaster. Same thing the government of our communities are doing. The government of the United States, federal government, what are they doing? In some states, these sanctuary cities, what are they doing? Instead of financing our own peoples, meaning our own brothers and sisters, mothers and fathers in our American culture, American citizens, or even those who apply to be American citizens, I'll include them also, the legitimate way. What are we doing? We're giving vouchers and credit cards and debit cards and cell phones and housing to illegal immigrants?
Yep.
Illegals? What is going on in our society today? Why is there no empathy? We're talking about DEI. We talk about, all these ESG report, all these nonsense that we have to give diversity. We have to give diversity in ideology, where you're getting the best minds in your company, the best minds in your program or in your projects. But now when we come to this situation in society, what are we doing? We're not presenting a proper envelope where we can give our own peoples a outlet of success, an outlet where they get a little bit extra more of money, a little bit extra more of food stamps, a little bit extra more of SSI, a little extra more of financial assistance and housing. They build the buildings for not the homeless, for the illegal immigrants. They gave them hotels and motels. Why did we not give that to our own citizens who are homeless, who are not successfully able to do it? I mean, we did do that in some cities and states, but what about those who really need it, or people who are being kicked out of their homes, or whatever it is? This is the problem of society. This is my opening statement for Monday this week. We're coming to the month October, coming closer to the winter, and I personally believe we need to get our crap put together. We as a community, as a country, need to take care of our Americans first. And the question you're going to ask yourself, who is really going to go actively change the American society, where we're bringing more success to people as opposed to more failures to people? And that's what we have to question. Is it Harris or is it Trump? Is it Trump or is it Harris? It's up to you guys. It's not up to me. I know who I'm voting for. I don't know who you guys are voting for, but make the right decision. All right, Alexander, what's our first story for today?
Ooh, our first story for today. We're going to start it off guns blazing. You ready to rock and roll?
Yeah. Let's watch this. Guys.
There we go.
Just to show how we're not biased, we're putting up CNN too, not just Fox News, right? We put on all news channels. Go ahead.
Universal background checks, red flag laws.
I thought it was so powerful at the convention when you said you have guns. No, at the debate.
I'm a gun owner. Tim Walz is a gun.
I did not know that.
If somebody breaks in my house, they're getting shot.
Yes. I hear that.
Probably should not have said that.
But
my staff will deal with that later.
Yeah.
If Harris wants to win this campaign, is stuff like this what's going to help her do it?
I think that specific clip we played, it's the only clip I've seen of Harris in this entire election that made me think, oh, this is going to help her candidacy. I watched a good chunk of this thing last night. I mean, It was mostly a solid hour of the same sort of vacuous word salad tossing that we've come to expect out of the vice president. But that little clip, actually, I think it sells. I think that was a helpful moment for her.
Part of what I think we've seen Harris do as she has, emerged on the national stage is be very careful, like try to say, I mean, and it's every politician does this, right? The poll tested thing that you're supposed to say, you're supposed to not make a mistake. But the fact that we got a moment from her that was so deeply authentic, and she immediately thought, well, oh shoot, I made a mistake.
It's the politics of the Democratic Party. I mean, you're
So going deep into that,
this is what. Okay, this is an article. Kamala Harris tells Oprah if someone breaks into her home, they're getting shot. Underscore
and that's
that
after she's talking about how much she's against, or she wants to change all these gun laws and prohibit all these things. So that's why she got some backlash from that as well.
So I will give something in the debate. I will tell you what I analyze in the debate. Let's take this down. I know this is a good article too, by the way. People should watch that. Gun on survival issue for a different kind of message entirely. So I will tell you. Let's drop this screen for now. What I would say is as follows. And this is what I noticed in the debate. And I want to mention to you what it was said prior, what Harris said also prior. So in the debate, she says she's a gun owner. Trump said that she wants to get rid of all mandatory buyback, which is true. She did say that there should be a mandatory buyback. All right. All guns should be bought back. So I do see there's a contradiction in Vice President and VP Harris about what she really believes in. I mean, I personally do not own a gun. I know a lot of people around my communities are desperately going to get guns. We had a case in our community. Unfortunately, a woman shot herself. A young mother shot herself of 7 kids with a gun. This happened about 5-6 months ago in my community, local community. I personally don't believe that you should have a gun if anyone has a mental health issue. That's for sure not. Mental health, no one should have a gun in a house. But again, at the same time, I also believe if things happen, it happens. There was a news article last week, this weekend I read, a guy killed himself trying to get, those frozen. It's a funny story, but it's sad. It's sad.
That happened in Jersey, I think. I just heard about that last night.
Yeah, a guy killed himself trying to open his hamburger patties that were frozen. He stabbed himself in the stomach, and the guy died. I feel so bad for him. I mean, he just blood came out all of his stomach. He died. I know he couldn't call 911. Like, that's how bad it was. He killed himself. It's I mean, it's funny that I'm saying it, but it's also sad at the same time. But it's also funny how he died. I mean, if a person's gonna die, look, some weird person, not weird, some guy died of just trying to make himself hamburgers, and another girl, 6 months ago gets shot. Another one gets mutilated by freaking gang members. And it's never ending what's going on, right? But for sure, I believe mental health and guns should not be allowed. I also think people should also learn how to cook or handle certain products that are frozen. I mean, there should be lessons about that too, right? I mean, lessons should be given going around all around. Safety is number one importance. Now, does she say she have a gun? I think this is the only this Oprah segment is truly the only true thing she actually said. Like, I'm a gun owner. Like, this is the only, by the way, this is the only thing that I said, wow, she's genuine. And what I do believe is happening is potentially she might have a lot of ideas, right? She might be very smart. Some people say that she is pretty smart, but they're not letting her talk policy. So my question is, why, if she's smart enough to talk policy, why are they not letting her talk policy? So I believe they're not letting her talk policy because her policies are potentially either too progressive or moderate, really moderate. And they don't want the moderate vote. They want the progressive vote. They want your generation, Burgos. They want voters from your generation and younger. They want your generations because they know they're not going to get my generation, at least more than half of my generation. And you're not going to get the 1982s and under. They're for sure, and meaning over, under in the years, but over in the age. They're not going to get our generation because we're already more or less mostly conservative. We believe in conservative values, and then more like we grew up in conservative homes. I'm more independent. I'm here and here. A lot of my ideologies don't fly with Republicans. They don't fly with Democrats. I'm like in a mixed panel, because in Judaism, most people don't know Orthodox Judaism is very, very lenient in many ways in life situations. Like, we have cases of abortion coming to the Jewish community, and we know when to say and how to say, yes, you can get an abortion, or no, you can't get an abortion. For sure, you're not going to get an abortion in the 9th month or the 8th month unless we know for a fact that the mother will die. If we know for a fact by 3 doctors. As she gives birth, she will lose all her blood. She will be in a critical mass, 80% to 90% survival rate. We say we give permission to give an abortion, but of course, ultimately, the woman wants to do what the woman wants to do. She'll decide, right? But we say yes, go for it. You know, like you have the green light. But again, many times women don't do it. And then we have many times the doctors say, oh, your child is going to be autistic. Oh, your child is going to be this. Oh, da, 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 da. And then they come to the rabbis and they say, okay. And then the family decides not to do it. Child born healthy, normal kid, no problem. It's very hard to predict these things. It's unpredictable. But in Judaism, there's no such thing as flat rate. Oh, flat rate, you can't have guns. Flat rate, you have to do, everyone can do an abortion. No, we don't work that way. Every case is in itself a case scenario. So I do say that if you have in your house a woman or a husband who is mental health issue, you should not have a gun in the house. And by the way, in New York City, you can't get a gun if your wife or your spouse does not provide an affidavit that they take responsibility of the gun. So one of the key elements I had in my community is what right did that husband have for his wife to take responsibility of the gun, when we know for a fact in the community, or it was known by him, that she had mental health issues. So that's another flagrant issue. Like, how do you know? Like, what are you taking this? Why are you giving this ability to have your spouse to sign off on the gun when you know there's a mental health issue? I think that's a big thing. So I'm very happy that she says she owns a gun and she'll shoot anyone who comes and trespasses. You know, I commend Miss VP for saying something really true and genuine. I think that was the only genuine statement you got out of her hour in with Oprah. Everything else was joy, love, like as if we're living in some sort of la la land, fairy tale. Joy and love. What joy? What joy? What love? I can't even walk. I don't even take the train anymore in the city because of all the stories that are happening in the city subways. I used to take the subway in 2006, 7, 8, no problems. It was the safest time to take a subway. There were no crazies there. Now you go to the subway, people are pushing you in the subway, killing people. It's crazy what's going on here. Crazy what's going on here. Unbelievable. Okay, next story. Our good friend 𝗪𝗲𝗪 got for us today.
Oh man. All right, we're shifting gears now with this one.
Yeah.
Here we go, sir.
Oh my God. What is this one?
3, 2,
𝗪𝗲𝗪
1.
𝗪𝗲𝗪 in Israel. Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Yeah, I heard these are the stories. Car camera. Wow. And this is AP reporting this. Look at it. So this is very important, guys. This is something that really bothers me a lot. People not understanding. War is war. So what are we supposed to do in Israel? We're supposed to lose the war? Like, you wage war against the country, and what is the country supposed to do? Not win the war? We're supposed to just sit down and not fight back. Now, listen, I'm not getting into the politics of Israel. The politics of Israel is very hard. Al Jazeera. Oh, yeah, Al Jazeera. All right. See, by the way, I don't like Al Jazeera, but I'm still using Al Jazeera because you have to be open-minded to discuss issues. At least 274 people, including 21 have been killed and 1,020 wounded in Israel's attacks on Lebanon. Health Ministry says. Sad, man. I'm upset about it. The death toll includes at least 39 women and 2 medics. By the way, can you Google this while we're talking and drop this down for a second? I'm going to talk about this.
Yeah,
you Google this in the meantime. So I will tell you, I know for a fact there are articles. Well, I don't know if there are articles, but I know for sure there are social media posts by Lebanese people saying, why in the world are we at war with Israel? Whatever happened to Gaza has nothing to do with Lebanon. Seriously, why is Lebanon fighting a war that's not relevant to them? What are you fighting this war for? What does this war have to do with Lebanon, by the way? Hezbollah. Notice, and by the way, you should know there was a battalion. I don't know. Remember we spoke about last week the walkie-talkies and the beepers. Apparently, that was to target. There was a special unit from Hezbollah that their goal was to make another October 7th in the north. That was their goal: raping, murdering, killing, all that shtick that happened, all that nonsense that happened on October 7th, which is coming around the corner, the anniversary. All that was supposed to happen, and guess what? Guess what? They took care of those peoples. Yeah, listen, take care of those peoples, because if that was their intent, you got to be proactive. You can't be reactive. What is this nonsense? We got to be reactive. Why should we be reactive? And no one is talking about the hundreds of thousands of people displaced in the Jewish communities in the north. What about all these things that every Jewish person can't even live his normal life? Every Arab person in Israel can't even live. Every Israeli citizen can't live their life normally. Every time there's a bombing, they got to go to these shelters. What's going on here?
Mm-hmm.
And why do these governments, think about this, Lebanon and Gaza, why didn't they have any bunkers? Why don't they have bunkers? Maybe Lebanon does have. We got to check that out too.
Yeah, maybe.
Were we able to find any article about that where the Lebanese, they don't want this war? Real Lebanese polls?
No, there's a few comments, but nothing, not a full article of on everything. Everything is just about about the war, right, or about the strikes that happened.
Okay, let's go to the next article. But those strikes are crazy. Can you imagine if we didn't have the technology of the Iron Dome and Israel has one of the best air forces literally in the Middle East. Can you imagine if we didn't have that? That would be crazy.
Wow.
Like we'd be having bombs and houses being blown up left and right. Yeah, let's go next article.
In the meantime, boom.
Oh, by the way, can we look before we go to this article? There's another article someone told me where the missiles that are fired at Lebanon, Israeli hacked those missiles to go back to Lebanon. They said it was a Russian article that said that. Google that up, man.
That's crazy.
Hezbollah missiles programmed to return back to Lebanon. Is this true? That would be crazy if that's true. That would be a different level of that would be a different level, man. That's a different level. By the way, I'm still amazed by Burgos's hair. Look at that hair, bro. Look at that hair, man. He's like, yo, I'm the Latina Fabio. Yeah.
Fabio. Oh my God.
Latina Fabio. By the way, he was on Bill Maher. How did they bring Fabio from his retirement? I think he's still not retired. I think he's making a lot of money. Fabio. All these love books, all these romance books. Ooh, Fabio. Oh my goodness. By the way, in the book industry, the number one selling genre of books are romance novels. Romance novel, exotic books. Of course they are. Well, man, everything that's exotic sells. That's why everybody loves Latinos. It's a joke. It's a joke. Don't take it seriously. It was a joke. It just shows how beautiful the Latina peoples are. They're gorgeous. They're gorgeous. They got the non-aging genetics. There's a guy building $1 billion. By the way, there's a guy spending $1 billion to reverse his aging. Little did he know, he just had to pray to God to be born Latina. You know, a Latin, beautiful guy, you know. By the way, that's why I love Burgos, because he's intelligent, not just Latin. It's a joke, guys. It's all a joke, all in good fun.
That's okay.
And for you all to know, Alexander is coming out to be a main role in a movie. He's going to play a main role. We are proud of our friend Alexander. He's awesome.
So
I guess
we have it's nothing but then dropping what happened today, yesterday, a couple hours ago with the bombings. There's nothing about the actual programmed missiles going back.
Okay, fine. We'll find that article in Russian and translate it later. We'll put on iShook.
In Russian.
It's a Russian article. Someone read it to me. Listen, sometimes the Russians maybe they have more accurate information than we do. I don't know. You never know. Listen, I personally believe that you need more international news because we don't know exactly what is happening. We're only getting what people want to say about the news. news is, I think, today filtered by the producers in general. Anyway, let's go to the article that you brought about cryptocurrency. Let's see now the crypto news. Crypto news. Trump family launches new crypto venture. World Liberty Financial opens doors to investors. Trump family launches World Liberty Financial crypto project. Explain token rules, who can invest, no early buy-ins, stay informed and cautious. Let's scroll down. Ivanka Trump. By the way, Ivanka is not involved in this crypto thing. I think it's DJ Jr., Donald Trump Jr. The Trump has stepped into crypto world with their latest venture, World Financial. After weeks of waiting, they finally revealed important details on how the crypto project worked during an event on X. For this event, answer many questions about who can involve and the tokens and who will be shared. Let's scroll down. I got to change those ads. Those ads are not showing properly. Tell our tech team. Next. One of the founders, Zach Folkman, explained that they were okay. Here's how it breaks down. 20% will be set aside for founding team, which includes members of the Trump family. Another 70% of tokens will be used as rewards for people who use the platform. The remaining 60% will be available for public to buy. Folkman made it clear that there will be no pre-sales or early buy-ins. I mean, no one will be get a head start. How work the rules? Regulation D token offering to raise money. Oh, okay. Let's go down. That's good. Regulation D to raise money. He admitted I wasn't overly interested, but said that his kids got him into after he saw us because of his NFT. Okay. Listen. I think. All right. Listen. I don't know. I don't know if it'll go far. I mean, even Truth Social is not that far. When you're banking on a brand name like Trump, and Trump is the main player, right? What it will do potentially is raise his value. I mean, it will raise his value. Would the exchange work? I don't know. I mean, if you read our iShook white paper, by the way, we started our white paper 2017. We revised it 2021, 2020, 2021. Guess what? Everybody's copying our white paper. Our ideas and fundamentals are all there. People are copying our white paper. People have been washed out completely in the industry, and we survived. We are going very conservative, due diligence. A lot will be announced in the future. But I personally think Trump, I don't know. I don't think that token will succeed. The only success will be because it's a Trump token. Will it be a token where, everybody's going to be going crazy about? I don't know. What use is it going to be there? I don't see the use. Where's the liquidity? Who's backing up the liquidity? Remember we had last week a explanation that they had to put $435 million infusion in liquidity in order to finance these tokens. So I'm telling you right now, in the next 2 weeks, these tokens are going to flop again. They're only coming up because there was an infusion. Let that money go away. Let that liquidity dissipate. And guess what? You're going to have another money loss. They're thinking, there's going to be I got an email, there's going to be a crypto summer. Like all of a sudden, it's a summer for crypto. I don't know. Usually in the summer, you spend less on investments. You spend more when it's not. It's kind of weird what's going on, but listen, it is what it is. I personally think that this Trump crypto, the NFTs, they're just, people are buying it just to have a Trump token. It's like a meme token. It's not a real alt token. There's no real utility being followed by this time. And 20% is being held by the family. So it's another thing that I don't know. I don't see that as a real success story, in my opinion. A real success story. I don't see it as a success story. But listen, we say in Hebrew, 𝗪𝗏, with good health, let them succeed. Let's see whether they can get it. It's go for it. Let them try. But Reg D is also a thing. I would have done Reg CF or Reg A, but Reg D collection is also fine. All right, next show, next article, next opinion by Rabbi Benny and Burgos. What do you think, Burgos? Would you buy a Trump token?
I gotta get more research on it. Actually, get more opinions from you, because that's where I get more of my news with crypto.
Okay. All right, by the way, we forgot to put our caption where we do not provide financial advice. Please contact an attorney, CPA, and licensed financial advisor. HTT
true.
advisor, tax foundation. Okay, this is we're popping up taxfoundation.org. Okay, so everybody, please do your own financing. Okay. And also, welcome to the iShook podcast. Subscribe to click on download the app or just scan our QR code. Stay ahead of the curve, understanding. Okay, our QR code, guys, is right here. Please. Where's our QR code? What happened to our QR codes? Not that one. Our QR codes are right here, right here, right here, right here. 1 second. Right. Don't forget our QR codes. Here we go. So please, everybody, don't forget about us. Click Talk, QR code on the right. Download TikTok. Click Talk. I'm sorry, not TikTok. Click Talk and visit us on our channels. Okay, next. Burgos John, how are you? Let's go. John means my dear.
Sir.
Go ahead.
My dear, that's what that means?
Yeah. It's a Middle Eastern word. Jonah, Junam, Juniman. All right, go ahead.
Aha. Here we go. Here's the last one we got for today.
Rabbi Benny.
Boom.
Ex-Trump advisor. Christie says Trump will give in and face Harris in another debate. He needs it. By the way, I am so tired of Christie. He is a failed politician. He is a failed governor. I used to like him a little bit. Now I think this guy is a disaster. Freaking, if anyone needs Ozempic, it's him. I'm sorry, I know I don't want to insult people. He was a governor, he was a politician, but dude, this guy's got to get out of the market, man. He is a turncoat of a turncoat. He's a flip-flopper of all flip-floppers. I haven't seen a person flip-flop like him ever in my life. He is the biggest flip-flopper. He has no loyalty, no concept of being nice to people, right? He thinks he's as if he's some sort of messiah or antichrist that he has to defeat Trump or something. He is a loser. Honestly, he is a loser. Christie is a loser. He is a disaster. I don't even know how he's still relevant. I don't know how he's still relevant. And again, not in the personal level am I attacking him. I'm attacking him as a politician, all right? Which we have a right to attack as a politician. I wouldn't attack a commentator like Candace Owens. I would attack her ideas if I didn't believe them. But like we said before, Candace is awesome. Rabbi 𝗪𝗪 is also awesome, but he messed up a lot in that issue, in those debates. But for sure, Christie, dude, I cannot stand that guy. That guy is beyond belief of what he has been doing. Beyond belief. Like, no one cares about your opinion. No one cares. Does Trump need to have another debate? No. And VP Harris also doesn't need another debate. Technically, by delivery of information, she won. This is how I assess the debate. VP Harris won. Trump lost the totality of the debate. But Trump won on the sound bites. Trump has better sound bites for social media than she does. That's what I tell everybody. So it's a win and a win. It's a win-win for each one. So he has more sound bites. She won the full debate as a whole. He has those segmented sound bites. So that's my opinion. Now, who do I want as president? Let me tell you one thing. It's who I do not want. I don't want VP Harris because I don't think she is capable of running a country. I don't think she's capable of running a business. So I look at it as follows. Who can run a business? And not any business. Who can run a fast food restaurant? Can she run a fast food restaurant? Yes or no? I don't think so. And the reason why is her responses are too delayed. When your responses are too delayed and it's hard for you to get a direct response, like talk about illegal immigrants. Talk about how you're going to fix the border. The reason why, like we said in the beginning, the reason why she's not talking about fixing the border, maybe she was told, you want to become president? You're not fixing the border. Maybe there's puppets behind her. Maybe there's players behind her that we don't even know. You know, like that's listen. If you think some presidents are independent in thinking, I don't think everybody's independent in thinking. I think they were bought. I think they got to pay their dues for becoming president. I think Biden paid his dues. If Biden was not put in the presidency, right? Then guess what? Then they wouldn't be able to take him down, and he'll be able to run for president again, right? Think about that. Who tells a sitting president, no, you're going to sit on the side we're going to get you someone. We're going to let VP hires. And again, they put VP hires. We couldn't get anyone else during the interim. So many other peoples who could have run for president and would have been much better. I mean, they could have prepped this a year ago, 2 years ago. Who knows? Who knows? I think I think maybe, who knows? I mean, there may too much conspiracy theory is also not good in our understanding things. But bottom line is for sure, we need, again, it's not necessarily Trump. I think there could have been a better candidate than Trump in the past 2 years, right? There could have been better candidates than Trump, but Trump won. For sure, for sure, Jeff Bush was not going to be. I didn't want a Bush in there. Who needs another Bush, right? 2 Bushes are enough. A third Bush just blocks the sun. I don't know if that was a good joke, but 2 Bushes enough.
Rabbi, this is for the people. This is for the people watching us. So what do you think? Are we in a better or worse position than 2016 with how Trump was in the election?
What do you mean in regards to? I think we're in a worse situation. Obama didn't do that bad of a job. Obama did pretty good, by the way. He deported the most of it than any other president. Mm-hmm. He understood he understood why they need to be deported. He understood that, but he did it. Listen, Obama did it smart. He didn't announce what he's doing. He just did it. Okay, and then he explained himself. And by the way, you should see you should see his press conferences. He fought with the reporters a lot. He put them down a lot, and he did it. He just had better tactic. He had better class, right? He was able to do it. He's intelligent. He's smart. He had, and listen. And when you watched him in the rallies that he had, he was also bringing 5 to 10, 15,000 people in his rallies. He was getting a lot of people coming to his rallies. And this is before social media. This is where just Facebook was on its I forgot the word, how to say it. On its beginning stages, right?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
It was at its precipice, right? Yep. Right? It was only in the beginning stages, Facebook. And they knew, and by the way, we went to a show, and the lead campaign manager of Obama's campaign and national campaign, but he was in charge of one thing. I met him. I forgot his name. I can find out. But he was in one of the shows that we were at, and when we were presenting iShook in what's it called? I think it was in 2013, 14. And I was in a show, and he explained the way they won the second election, right? Which was 2008 was the first one, and then 2012 was the second one, right? The way they won this. Yep. Right, so the way they won the second election was unbelievable. I think even the first election, but the second election more. They were putting banner ads, right, in video games.
Yo,
yeah. So when you would be playing Grand Theft Auto, San Andreas, I think the game, right? You would play the video game, you would see a banner ad, vote Obama.
That's a genius move.
And then they did a lot of Facebook marketing campaigns before Facebook was big in marketing. They did grassroots. They got 1 million more votes in key places because of that. At least, I think he said even 9 million they got, but at least 1 million more votes. That made it. That changed. They realized
that's where everybody was. Yeah, everybody's was starting the social media.
And that was that was in the beginning. That was in the beginning stages. Mm-hmm. Facebook became a very, very important tool for even till today. It's an important tool for political wins. Now there's more control over it. And so you see Obama used a better technique. Listen, he was smart. One of the biggest laws I love that he did, he enacted the FOIL request rules, right? Like you must be able to get any FOIL document you want. And I love the fact that he did that. He signed that into a bill. He also signed into a bill that Israel should get like $33 billion of weaponry. I mean, there's pluses and minuses that I agreed with what he did and I didn't agree with what he did. But again, he was more intellectually, more tactful than Biden for sure, than Harris for sure, and even Trump. Trump is, I'll tell you what Trump is. I met many people like Trump. Trump is like the self-made real estate billionaire, millionaire. They just talk how they feel. They say how they feel, and that's it. And they do what they say. That's what it is. Like, and what happens is people don't like that when you're in a business or political arena. Many people started critiquing Trump, like, "Oh, you didn't pay. Oh, you didn't. What do you mean didn't pay? He didn't pay an architect."
That's what got him the election when he went against Hillary.
Yeah, but that was a joke. Like there was an architect that comes and he says complains about Trump that Trump didn't pay him. I know architects. A lot of these architects are fakers. They bill you and they bill you and they bill you and they bill you and bill you, and they don't get the stuff done. They don't get the stuff done. You end up having to get another service person to finish the work that they're billing and billing and billing, and they don't know how to even apply. So I don't believe when people just come and complain about Trump. Oh, listen, you got to know the business of what it is. So the problem is people don't know the businesses they're in. They're not informed of scenarios of businesses. Do you know in New York City alone how many engineers, architects, licensed electricians, licensed plumbers, their licenses have been revoked or suspended in totality? Because what they did, New York City is the only state in all, New York City is the only city in all of America where an architect or an engineer or a plumber or a electrician can self-certify their job. That basically means they say, I will take responsibility of the job I did, and they can get approvals of plans and sign-offs without the Department of Buildings even reviewing it. Do you know that? More or less, the Department of Buildings do. Then there's something called self-certification with objections. There's a whole litany of things that they can do. Crazy amount of things. Crazy amount.
Well, it says here that just in 2023, that they haven't even counted this year yet. They issued 905 architectural licenses in New York.
Yeah, because they look how much. Right, how many were revoked?
Exactly.
Look how many revoked. Over 1,000 revoked. There's a whole website in the DOB that shows all the revoking of the licenses. Google how many were revoked.
It's too much.
It's a lot. Well, no, 904 is not a lot if you revoked over 2,000.
That's what I'm saying.
How many architectural licenses have been revoked in NYC? Let's see.
Yeah.
That's me or you? Oh, that's you. That's how busy, guys, we are. We're very busy.
Crazy.
Crazy, man. So I'm already looking over here how many already revoked. Crazy amount. Anyway.
What is going on here?
Put on vibrate, bro.
It shouldn't even go through my laptop.
You probably have a old what's it called? The new Mac feature about years ago they put. It's called multi-calling, where you can answer on your phone and you can answer on that if you're sharing the same thing. It's all good.
I needed to disable all that because of this problem. What's going on?
Yeah,
I updated it. That's what Apple did. I updated it. It's okay.
It's all good. It's all good. We're gonna give 𝗪𝗲𝗪 a penalty for disturbing.
I know.
Anyway, guys. Anyway, this is iShook Daily, my friends. This is the last of our report for today. I wish everybody much success, much good storytelling. Be well, stay safe. In the month of October, as you know, it's going to be the Jewish high holidays. I might not be active in every single show or every single day, but we will be bringing shows in the future. Please do not forget to watch us. Do not forget to like us. And please do not forget to subscribe, both on iShook Daily by Rabbi Benny channel and both on the iShook channel. And don't forget, TikTok, iShook.tv. Never miss a comment. Put your comments down. We will respond to your comments. Be well. Why do we have this restream thing? By the way, also use restream if you like it. Thank you. Be well. Bye.